We're entering a phase of the gaming world where gaming genres are starting to lose their specific meanings. If I tell you I'm going to review an RPG, I could mean a lot of different things. It could be a turn-based game like Final Fantasy, an action RPG like Tales of Hearts, or a strategy RPG like Final Fantasy Tactics. A lot of different genres are having a lot of different subgenres in them. Let's talk about the puzzle game genre. Puzzle games could mean a lot of things as well. We could be talking about line-based games like Tetris, or we could be talking about side-scrolling puzzle games like the Firefly Diary. Today I have a review for a new puzzle game that's released on the PS Vita and the PlayStation TV. Here is my official review of Sparkle Unleashed. Sparkle Unleashed can be a lot of different genres depending on how you look at it. Some people might say it is a color matching puzzle games, others may say it's what's called a marble shooter. In the developer's case, they call it a marble shooting puzzle game. So as you go through the game, you will be playing through various stages, which are over 100 in total, and in each stage you will see various routes and lanes on a 2D plane that a row of marbles or multiple rows of marbles are traveling through. All of the marbles have colors, and you'll have specific marbles in your shooter on the bottom of the screen. Your goal will be to launch these marbles so you can match 3 or more of the same color, which will deplete these marbles. The goal is that the marbles are moving towards an abyss at the end of the stage, and your task is to not let a single one go into that abyss. You can launch marbles to be able to do the color matching, but you can also unlock power-ups that will let you do this as well. Some power-ups can be freezing the area, making all the marbles move slower, or it could be a way to launch laser beams or rain down meteors to be able to take out marbles so you don't have to match them. Now the main progression of the game is that you go through these stages, and every few stages you will reach a brazier in the storyline, which allows you to unlock a new power-up. Once you complete a stage in the normal mode, you also unlock it in survival mode, which is considerably harder to go through. There are a few things we should note about the game. The first thing is how repetitive it can get. The difficulty does go up in random increments, but when you play through the game, it'll basically be the same thing over and over and over and over again. There are a couple different types of stages. Some are survival, where you have to just keep color matching until the timer runs out, and some are the normal levels where you have to take out all the marbles. But all in all, you're going to be doing the same thing over and over again. If you take this in small gameplay sessions, you don't have anything to worry about. But if you try to do this all in one sitting, you're going to get very bored very quickly. I tried to do it in 1 or 2 sittings, and by the time I got about halfway through the game, the repetition really started to hit me. Now, the other things we should say are the difficulty. Normally, you wouldn't drop points in a game for being too hard, but the difficulty in this game is very randomized. When you go through a stage, the marbles you're given and the marbles on the screen can be completely random. I can go into stage 5, get good color combinations, defeat the stage without any problems at all. Then I can go and replay the stage, get terrible color combinations from the random act of giving you marbles, and I can fail miserably. The fact is, the difficulty doesn't go up in any sort of balance, and the difficulty of each stage is completely random. It could be really easy, or it could be painfully hard. Now, the last thing to state about the gameplay are the network features. You can connect online to be able to upload scores and whatnot. However, this login screen can be very much of a hindrance. Many times when I went through the game and I did not have airplane mode on my Vita, I would start a stage, and as soon as the stage would start, I would get a login screen popping up. By the time the login screen actually logged me in, the stage did not pause, so I was on the verge of already losing the stage without even knowing it. This happens almost every time I go into a stage, whenever I do not have airplane mode turned on, even if I had already logged into the network on the stage prior. This is a very big hindrance on the game. Now, all in all, there is a good amount of content in the game. As I said earlier, there are over 100 stages, so the entire game should take you at least a few hours, and if you have trouble with the game, it should take you several more hours. Now, as far as the presentation is concerned, the visuals look very good. Every marble, every environment, every 3D effect of the power-ups is very crisp and clear. The visual presentation is nothing less than perfect when you look on the screen. You'd have to zoom in really far on a screenshot to find blemishes in the character models. There isn't a whole lot of other things to complain about the presentation. The load times are very short, only taking a few seconds to get from one area to another, and there aren't any lag or slowdown issues to be seen. Sparkle Unleashed is a neat little marble shooter that can please puzzle fans quite easily. On the downside, the game gets very repetitive, the difficulty is completely random, and the network features are a large hindrance on your gameplay progress. Now looking past these, it's a fun little puzzle game for anybody who likes color matching games, but you should note of the hindrances in the gameplay before you make your purchase. PlayStation Vita Reviews rates Sparkle Unleashed a 7 out of 10. If you'd like to further this discussion, you are free to do so in the comments below, or head to our forum and site at vitareviews.net and forum.vitareviews.net.